what Select has been doing the last few weeks, but again in that clutch situation.
Yeah, he's he's very talented. The older kids on the team recognize his talent. As Nick said, Birdie, it's a talented freshman group. They work hard. So it goes hand in hand. We've had great leadership. The 5 seniors have really showed them the way. And then to watch them grow throughout the year and to buy in and believe. And, you need balance. It's college baseball. We lose a lot of juniors to the draft. This is not football. We don't get 50-year guys. We don't redshirt a bunch of guys. As I always say, you got to throw them to the fire. And it's just a part of college baseball. You need freshmen to step up and contribute. And so Nick and Corey, and as we've said, Will Smith, Logan Taylor, Colin Lyman, 5 freshman position players have all really contributed at some point throughout the year. And it's good because the future is here tomorrow, and something we're always looking to make sure that we're prepared.
Dan, Nick and Nick both from the Chicago area. You've always had a bunch of guys from Chicago. Is there something you see in those guys from playing the baseball that are really strong in that area? Are they tough because they're playing in cold weather, or is there any attribute you see?
It's a lot of factors. First off, we're in Louisville, Kentucky, so we're about 5 hours from Chicago. When you look at great baseball, Florida, Texas, California, you can drive for 10 hours, still be in the same state. You're only as good as your state and your surrounding area. Kentucky's a small state, so we just have to spread our wings a little bit, and we decide to go north because it's easy for those kids to come south. And as we always say, it's not Miami, but it's south. I mean, this is Kentucky, and we say y'all and like our barbecue, and so we like to get a lot of kids from the Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, Illinois, Pennsylvania areas, and credit the youth ball up there. It's good baseball. They do play in tough conditions. They are tough kids, a lot of multi-sport kids. Nick Birdie on the end was a football player, quarterback. His dad played college football. His older brother was a quarterback at Western Michigan. Nick, this one right here, Solak, was a hockey player. And, so I always say our kids are 2- and 3-sport athletes. So they might be a little raw sometimes because they don't play baseball 12 months a year, but, man, we love the makeup. We love the toughness. We love the families they come from. And they all get to enjoy it because 5 hours is really not bad, for weekend trips or maybe even a big midweek game, and it's fun. It's, as I said, it's why Gibby's late inside here. It's hard. It's hard to walk through that crowd out there of fans and friends, and it's a good problem to have. And I want these kids to enjoy that, a chance to play in front of their family and friends.
You get a chance to, it's such a tight game, to enjoy the crowd at all yourself. I mean, and after the game and what the atmosphere was like.
Yeah, I told the kids out there in the outfield, we talk about not looking at the score. We have some sayings about no judgment, about who we're playing or the score, and let's just play the game. You're facing good teams. You can't be afraid to lose. I mean, it's part of it. The good news, it's a 2 out of 3 series. So I told the kids, if we don't get the rally late and we come up short, so be it. We turn the page. We come out tomorrow. We hand the ball to Anthony Kitson and compete our tail off. Fortunately, we get the rally late and fans get excited and works our way. But this is baseball. I mean, this is there's a lot of parity and anything can happen. And like I said, I thought both teams. I think you got to credit Kennesaw State, man. They made some good plays defensively. We could have scored runs early on. The first baseman seemed to rob us twice. Defensively, they made plays when they had to, and but fortunately, like I said, we ended up getting a rally late.
Yeah, what kind of trust do you have to have in your hitter to call that squeeze, knowing that they can do it?
No, it's trust is another word we talk about. I keep saying I'm told these kids a few weeks ago I'm pushing all my chips into the middle of the table. This is who we are. This is what we do. If you're better than us and you can beat us, I can live with that. That's part of it. But I just don't want to go down without playing the way we like to play and do the things that we like to do. Sean and Garrett and those guys could tell you, when they're in the press box or, they're here at the ballpark, we work on bunting every day. I mean, almost every day. We call it early bunting, and we get up on the field and we bunt before practice starts. And it's just something we work a lot at. And I didn't. Before the bats had changed, we didn't work on bunting a whole lot. We were an American League team, and we were playing for the 3-run homer. But ever since the bats changed and the home runs decreased, we realized we have to do more things offensively to help our kids score runs. So bunting is just one of those areas we work on a lot.
Is that a situation you would have done it with most guys, or having Gibby being such a good punter, it was an easier call?
No, it's definitely an easier call with Gibby. I think as a coach, it's our responsibility to set these kids up to succeed. So, you want to give kids an opportunity to succeed. I think last year Sutton Whiting, bunted against Miami in the regional, and you want your good bunters to be in that situation. If you don't have a good bunter there, then you just trust him that he can swing and hit away. The thing we talk about a lot, first and third, one out, it's a tricky situation for an offense because he could jump on a ball, hit a one-hopper to short, and the double play, the inning's over. And there's a few times throughout the year where I didn't maybe squeeze and we hit into a double play, and I told the kids, I apologized to the kids and said, it's my fault. I need to squeeze there. I need to bunt there because it's sometimes the defense gets rewarded when you hit a hard ball because they're able to turn the double play. Sometimes you don't want the walk or the HBP. Sometimes you're wanting Lucas to do the job because, there's a runner on third and they can't get 2 outs on one hit ball. Once Lucas walks and now the double play becomes an option for them, you have to kind of change your offensive strategy, as to what's the best way for us to succeed right here, and it worked out.
Nick said he was not upset. He was pissed, I guess, about the draft and how long it was before he was picked. Did you talk to him about it?
Yeah. I called him into my office today. I said, Nick, 22 years I've been dealing with the draft. It's not an exact science, and we're not here to criticize professional baseball. I tell these kids all the time, don't let someone else define who you are. You know who you are. Don't let someone else define who you are. And yeah, I think he has a right to be. I think he's going to pitch in the big leagues this summer.
Any explanation of what happened though? Because most of the mocks had him in the first.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know. And but I told him, sometimes having a chip on your shoulder is a good thing. Albert Pujols still has a chip on his shoulder for where he got drafted. Tom Brady has a chip on his shoulder. I said that's healthy. Sometimes it's a healthy thing. So you don't have to make it personal. Just gives you more motivation. But what he said there, I've said publicly, it's the hardest working kid I've ever coached. The most determined, and maybe I tick players off when I say that, but when that kid first showed up on our campus the summer before his freshman year, this kid was obsessed. Obsessed with being great. You could see the work ethic, almost to a fault. The one thing we challenged him this year was you got to pace yourself, you got to be smart. Part of being a professional is making good decisions, and so it's been fun. It's been fun to coach him because he wants to be great. This is not about sticking your chest out. This is about a lifestyle, and he wants to be a big leaguer and wants to live it. And I've talked to his mom and dad about it, and they're okay with that, And it's fun. It's fun to watch him. I felt like, he's going to be something to reckon with in this postseason. If we can continue to play, he's not going to run out there timid. He's going to run out there maybe with something to prove, and that's for Nick's case. I think it's okay. I think it's healthy.
You had a couple other guys get drafted, including Cole, during the game. Did he find out during the game?
Yeah, I didn't know, but I saw guys hugging him, so I figured that's probably what it was. It's something to celebrate for these players, and we don't use it as an excuse. If we'd rather be one of the 16 teams dealing with it. Is it the right time for the draft? I don't know. There's 282 teams not playing right now. and they want to know who's getting drafted, and they want to know who's showing up. And they're already recruiting this weekend, and they're all out working hard. So I don't know if they would change it for 16 schools. Probably not going to. So I told the kids, hey, let's be one of the 16 schools that have to deal with this every year. It's a good situation to be in.
What satisfaction is there as a coach when you see a suicide squeeze executed that tightly?
Just knowing how hard we work on it. I think that's it. Just the players deserve the credit because they're the ones who work and do it every day. I sit on a stool, I tease them, I pick on them, I challenge them. I just try to get them to enjoy practice, but they deserve the credit. It's just I just can't be afraid, to trust my players and try to put them in positions to succeed and give them the credit. Because Gibby's telling you the truth. I mean, he and Cole Sturgeon could argue who's the best punter on the team. And I knew when I said that to him on the on-deck circle, I'd kind of get him to laugh a little bit, but to challenge him a little bit. Like, he wants to be the number one seed, but there's days we say Cole Sturgeon's the number one seed when it comes to bunting, So it's just one area that we just compete and we just have a lot of fun in.
What did you think of that atmosphere?
I loved it. It was fun. And that's why I told our kids, even if you don't come out on top, hey, enjoy it. Like I said, this is not a right, this is a privilege, and enjoy this opportunity to play, especially in front of your home crowd. This is memories that these fans, especially the little kids running around, they'll remember this for the rest of their life.
Coach Gardner's struggled here a little bit in the postseason. What do you need from him moving forward?
Just to relax, just to play. We have we like to use the word freedom or playing free. This is a tough game. Sometimes the harder you try, the more pressure you put on yourself, the tougher it is. And I just challenged him after last week, the All-American, and felt like maybe he had to do so much and put the team on his back and the rivals in our regional, which is fun for a kid from Louisville, Kentucky. He worked extremely hard this week. He worked extremely hard to get back to it, and he's trying. You can't ever fault a kid for trying. It's a good group of kids. It's a fun group to coach, and my goal is to hopefully get a chance to coach them for a little bit longer.
What were your thoughts on Saturday?
It was probably the most dominant that early in a game for him, throwing as hard as he was and pounding the zone. And so I don't know if he hit a little bit of a wall. And if you know Funk, he gets stronger as the game goes on. And we even saw that today where he hit that second wind. Wasn't throwing as hard, but was sharp and had a quick inning there. What was it, like in the 6th? And then got the double play, I guess, in the 7th. And I was proud that he fought through that. But he just learned from that. Funk's still young. He's a sophomore, and this is his first year in the Friday spot. And as I've said before, we've never had a sophomore in the Friday spot. I think Justin Marks might have snuck in there for a little bit of his sophomore year, but we've always had an older player in that slot, and Funk's one of the youngest pitchers we've ever had. Get the ball first like that in every weekend series.
Nixon's comment about not losing twice. How difficult is it to beat a team when their back's against the wall like that?
It's very tough. You expect them to come out and compete. I mean, we got a lot of respect for these guys. It showed tonight just how hard they played, how hard we played. It's just a new day, and just got to come out and play. And you just want to make sure your kids are loose and you have fun. And we're well aware their lefty is very talented. I thought their guy pitched good tonight, but their lefty might be the hottest pitcher on their staff. And his numbers the last couple of weeks have been really impressive. So, you can imagine you're going to get a tough competitor and a team that's determined tomorrow.
Anything else for Coach?